Good morning, everyone, and welcome. This is Rebecca from Lux Innovation, where I work as an advisor for European funding, and I will animate today's session. A few housekeeping rules before we start to let people come in still. This webinar is recorded, and the recording will be available on our website, horizoneurope.lu. What else? You have access to a chat on the right of the screen and a Q&A tab where you are welcome to ask your questions. There will be a dedicated time at the end of the session to answer them. And yes, this session will last around 45 minutes. And so I hope you are all ready, and we can start with the agenda. So we'll start with an introduction, then we'll have a look at the program's background, the opportunities also offered, and what could be the next steps, and then the time for the Q&A. To start with, I would like to introduce to you who we are at Lux Innovation. So we are Luxembourg National Contact Point. We are a team of 6 people. And we offer a public service for Luxembourg stakeholders in order to support them during the application process and also afterwards for Horizon Europe projects. So what we do, in fact, is we will help you develop your idea into a project, but also we will with you identify the best funding opportunity within Horizon Europe in order so that your project becomes real. We can also identify the partners and see if within the consortium that you are in or that you have built there is a complementarity, and we offer technical support. So this goes from providing advice and trainings. This webinar series is part of this support that we offer. We also offer the critical review of the proposal, and we are here to help you untangle the legal and financial matters of Horizon Europe before, during, and after the submission. So this, with one aim, is for you to have to be successful in your application towards Horizon Europe and EU-funded projects. Now I would like to go over the program's background with you so that you understand a bit better where the opportunities come from. The Horizon Europe is the European Union Research and Innovation Programme for 7 years, 21 to 27. It's the EU flagship programme to support the research and innovation from the fundamental concepts to the market uptakes. Horizon Europe is it is following Horizon 2020, which ended at the end of 2020. The program has a total budget of 95.5 billion for 7 years, and within the legal text, it is stated that at least 35% of this total budget should be allocated for projects that will tackle climate change. Horizon Europe has an international impact. It aims at achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, but it also aims at strengthening the scientific and technological base of the European Union economies, and with that, it will support the European twin transition that is pushed by the Commission. So the twin transition is the digital transition and the green transition. The digital transition is organized around the digital strategy, shaping Europe for a digital future, with 3 main strands, which are that the technology should work for the people, so the Commission and the states will invest in the people's skills, digital skills. The second strand is that the digital economy should be fair and competitive, and then also that the digital environment should support an open, democratic, and sustainable society. And then the pendant of this digital strategy is the Green Deal strategy, which aims at turning the climate and environmental challenges into opportunities and to make the transition just and inclusive for all, so to leave no one behind. It is systemic and it targets all environmental pressures linked to the material consumption. We will see that a bit in details just after that. And the Green Deal strategy has put targets, so climate targets for 2030 to cut the greenhouse gas emissions by at least 55%. It's a real and huge milestone to achieve by 2030. And the ultimate goal is that by 2050, the European Union is climate neutral. The other one. So Horizon Europe, it follows, the program follows a global approach. As said, it supports the research and innovation from the concept, fundamental research, to the applied research and the market update. It's organized around three pillars. So you see pillar one, excellent science, which aim at reinforce the union's scientific leadership and capacity, the quality of the knowledge and the skill development, and also strengthening the research infrastructure. It's a bottom-up pillar, so the topics come from the researcher or the industry to become a project. Whereas in pillar two, it's a top-down approach where the topics and thematics, they come from the European Commission, and the projects are somehow asked for to go in a certain direction already. So pillar two will aim at challenging the global challenges and the European industrial competitiveness, and it is organized around 6 main thematics called cluster. And today we are interested in the cluster 6 on food, bioeconomy, natural resources, agriculture, and environment. Next to that, you have pillar 3, which is about innovative Europe to support the scaling up and of breakthrough and market-creating innovation through the European Innovation Council. It will also aim at enhance the European innovation ecosystem, and it is also mainly a bottom-up approach. These three pillars are then supported by horizontal thematic, which is the European research area, for having European research area, which is the same everywhere, to the same level of expectancies. So a bit more details on the European Green Deal, as it lays the basis of the thematic we will work with today. So it's a new growth strategy for Europe to transform the economy into a sustainable future, for a sustainable future. As said, it targets all aspects of the consumption. So there you have the ambition of having a zero pollution in order to have a toxic-free environment. The energy is also targeted so that the energy is clean, affordable, and secure. The industry is targeted by this strategy so that industry becomes clean and circular. You have also a part on the building and the renovation aspects. The mobility also, so that the mobility becomes sustainable and smart. And on the food system, the aim is to have a fair, healthy, and environmentally friendly food system. And for that, the Commission has published a dedicated strategy, which is the Farm to Fork strategy. So the Farm to Fork strategy addresses the challenges of sustainable food system, and it recognizes the links between healthy people, healthy society, and healthy planet. So the three challenges identified are the social sustainability challenge, the environmental sustainability challenge, and the economic sustainability challenge. So by social challenge, there is the need for healthier diets to reduce the overweight, to improve the animal welfare, and also to ensure that the workers in the food chain have social rights. The food affordability is also recognized as a challenge. And regarding the environmental challenge, so we are here talking about tackling the climate change, protecting the environment, preserving the biodiversity, reducing the food losses and waste, and make sure that the food system becomes circular and is based on the bio-based economy. The third challenge, the economic sustainability, there is a need to have a fair incomes for the farmers and the fishers, that to ensure that the transition is just, so that no one is left behind and there's no creation of inequalities while transforming the food system. And also the transformation of the food system will create new business and job opportunities, and this will be a challenge to attend to. So the aim of establishing a sustainable food system is that the food system has to become neutral and have a positive impact on the environment, so that the land and sea-based resources are preserved and restored, that climate change is mitigated, and that the food system adapts to it as well. And really important, it will be very important in Horizon Europe, is that the food system as a whole contributes to reversing the loss of biodiversity. Another important aspect is to ensure food security and public health, so that everyone has access to sufficient, nutritious, and sustainable food, and that the safety and quality of the food, that of the plant health and the animal health is has respond to quite high standards. The Commission wants that the European standards become the world standards, that we become leaders in standards on the food security and public health. And all that still on preserving the affordability of the food. So within the Farm to Fork strategy and biodiversity, there are targets for the agriculture, and Horizon Europe will support projects that aim at reaching these targets. So the targets are to reduce by 50% the use and the risk of the chemical pesticides, and to reduce by 50% the use of hazardous pesticides by 2030. Also, one of the main and really big target is that by 2030, at least 25% of the EU agricultural land and is organic, and same goes by the aquaculture. That regarding the animal welfare, that the antimicrobials sale is reduced by 50% by 2030. Coming back on chemicals and the nutrients, that the loss of the nutrients is reduced by 50%, and that the soil is not, the deterioration of the soil fertility is halted, and that 20% fertilizer, 20% less of fertilizer are used. The food system has been recognized with the COVID crisis as important, and especially the robustness and the resilience of this food system, so that it works under any circumstances. And the COVID crisis has also made the Commission and citizens aware of the relation between the health, the ecosystem, the supply chain, the consumption, and the planetary boundaries. So the food system, the food value chain, is one of the key drivers for the climate change and environmental degradation as well. But research and innovation are key drivers. They have been identified as key drivers to accelerate the transition towards the sustainable, safe, healthy, and inclusive food system, from the primary production to the consumption, and also to ensure the food nutrition security for all within the planetary boundaries. So you will see that the food system, the entire food value chain, has a really important place within Horizon Europe, and especially, as said earlier, within the Cluster 6. So within Cluster 6, we are talking about collaborative projects. They are published within a work program, so it's a bottom-up project. And this work program is organized as such. So Cluster 6 is very broad. We have food, environment, natural resources. So it is organized around 7 destinations, which are biodiversity and ecosystem services, fair, healthy, and environmentally friendly food system from primary production to consumption. This destination is of interest for us today. The other one that are shaping the cluster and the different goals are circular economy and bioeconomy sectors, clean environment and zero pollution, land, ocean, and water for climate action, resilient, inclusive, healthy, and green rural, coastal, and urban communities, innovative governance, environmental observation, and digital solution in support of the Green Deal. So the work program is organized around these destinations, and each of these destinations is divided into 2 to 5 codes. And under each of these codes, you have several topics. So it makes a lot of topics and a lot also of thematics that are targeted and covered by this work program. So the Commission expects that the projects under the Cluster 6 will reach the following goals, which are to ensure, especially for the food and agriculture thematic, so to ensure that the food and nutrition security is done for everyone within the planetary boundaries, that there is knowledge, innovation, and digitalization in the agriculture, fisheries, aquaculture, and food system, and that these systems are sustainable, resilient, inclusive, safe, and healthy. So you see the goals, they are clearly the same as the one from the Farm to Fork strategy. Also, one of the goals of the different projects will be to empower the farmers and to make the use of nature-based solution, technological, digital, and social innovation available for them on a more daily basis. The different calls also are multi-actor, so they are following a multi-actor approach, a participatory approach. So it means that the solutions will be co-created between the industry, the technology provider, primary producers, food business, consumers, citizens, local authorities. So everyone will have to work together. It's not just the researcher at the university that creates a solution. The solution is created by every actor of the food value chain for each of them. So it will be tailored. A novelty compared to Horizon 2020 is that the Commission is not going to expect their project proposer to do a project a certain way. The project will have to respond to some impact, to have some specific impacts, so it's impact driven. So the project will take the shape the proposer wants, as long as it reaches the impacts that the Commission has set. So the three main impacts for the food value chain are sustainable, productive, and climate neutral and resilient farming system, providing consumers with affordable, safe, trustable, healthy, and sustainable food, while minimizing pressure on the ecosystem, restoring and enhancing the biodiversity, improving the public health, and generating fair economic returns for farmers. The second impact is on sustainable fisheries and aquaculture. And the third impact is on sustainable, healthy, and inclusive food system that delivers co-benefits for climate mitigation and adaptation, environmental sustainability and circularity, sustainable healthy nutrition and safe food consumption, food poverty reduction, inclusion of marginalized people, empowerment of communities, and flourishing businesses. So you can see everyone is targeted in the impact already. So we are now in the destination 2 of cluster 6, and this destination is divided into 4 different calls with different topics. So the first call will be on enabling sustainable farming. Under this call, you will have 8 topics for 2021, of which 6 research innovation action. At this point, I have to say, and I forgot to say it earlier, the calls are not public yet. They should be public by beginning of April. As national contact point and representative to the program committee, we have access to the draft. So these information are based on the drafts that we have received, and I will not disclose the topics entirely. I will not put them black on white, but I will show you what is to expect and what kind of opportunity you can find. If you want to have access to the draft, contact me and we can set up a meeting to discuss your project idea, or I can just share the draft with you under the seal of confidentiality, of course. So coming back to the presentation. Under destination 2 of the cluster 6, you have the call enabling sustainable farming, under which you will have several topics. Important to notice is that in the calls, farmers are considered as the backbone of food system and the manager of natural resources. So they will be key in the different projects. So you will have projects about the unlocking the potential of agroecology and fostering organic farming. Agroecology is the key word of this work program. Yes, the presentation will be shared with the recording on our website horizoneurope.lu. So you will also have projects on increasing the EU-grown plant proteins, on improving plant and animal health and welfare, but also on reducing the dependency of farmers on the use of pesticides, antimicrobial, and other external inputs, fertilizer mainly. Projects will also target that the land, soil, water, and nutrients are managed in a sustainable way. Reversing the loss of biodiversity and soil fertility will be present, and there will be opportunities and projects in that direction, as well as about creating a resilient primary production, boosting the digital and data technology, because they are seen as key enablers of the transition towards sustainable food system. So there you see the link between the green strategy, the Green Deal strategy, and the digital strategy. Also, the projects will also target to support the development of enabling policy, business model, and market condition. Another call under the Destination 2 is about transforming the food system for health, sustainability, and inclusion. And there are, for now, 6 topics for 2021. So they will target a shift toward more resilient and environmentally, socially, and economically sustainable food system to deliver safe, healthy, accessible, and affordable food and diets for all. Direct link to the Farm to Fork strategy. Also, the project will work for having a system-wide changes at all governance level. It goes from the city towards even the state level. The project will target to simulate the change of our dietary habits with alternative proteins that offer sufficient, nutritious, safe, accessible, and affordable food for all. And there we have mainly the production of soja and other grains like that. The development of the food system microbiome for healthy people and planet is also an important topic and thematic. Food loss and waste at all levels. You will also find projects on the quality and safety of the food products, the transparency and traceability under the entire food system. Coming back on the dietary projects, will try to understand and measure the factor influencing the dietary behavior. Also, there will be projects to develop further the understanding and the solution for how the food and nutrition contribute to the health and the well-being. A link to the digital strategy. So there will be thematics on how to foster the comprehensive and systemic approach for the digital and data innovation in the food system. So that this digital transition reaches also the agriculture and food value chain. Another call within this destination is on sustainable fisheries and aquaculture. I'm not going to disclose it. It's not Luxembourg priority. The calls also, they are not just research or innovation. They are based on horizontal issues, and an important aspect in it are the social science and humanities. So in the field of social science and humanities, the importance of the locks-in and levels to encourage farmers to move and stay in the climate neutral and sustainable food production system. So these locks-in and levels will have to be identified and developed. So you will have these aspects as well in the calls. There will be also aspects on developing an harmonized measurement and monitoring system for the food loss and waste prevention. The role of women and women-led innovation in the farming and rural areas is also considered a key issue, and you will have several topics regarding this. Coming back, making a link with the farm to fork strategy, the importance of the labor condition and the health and safety at work in farming will be present as well in the different call, and the importance of grasping the rural diversity and the contribution of the rural communities to the ecological digital solution transition. So you see the different calls and topics, they are all encompassing, and it's not just in a silo, it's the entire value chain taking everyone into account. So biodiversity is also very important. The farmers are considered the backbone of the food value chain, but also the backbone to manage the biodiversity. So topics will aim at providing solutions to assess their appropriateness to fight climate change and halt the biodiversity loss in order to improve the state of the ecosystem services. So biodiversity, you will have to keep it in mind as well when working on projects to open your horizon, broaden your horizon, as we say internally. The other call that you can find under Cluster 6 Destination 2 is about international cooperation. The international cooperation has been identified as really important as well to develop a sustainable food system. And the EU aims to promote a global transition to the sustainable food system. So there you will find that the European Union has a partnership with Africa. So it's called EU-Africa Partnership on Food and Nutrition Security and Sustainable Agriculture. Several calls will feed in these partnerships, and they are published within Horizon Europe. Collaboration with China is also very important, and you have other global initiatives as well. This international collaboration will cover the following areas. So the agroecology, very important in all of the different topics, improving the plant and animal health, ensuring food and nutrition security for all, and also to facilitate the transformation of the food systems in order to deliver multiple benefits. So until now, I have talked about Horizon Europe and the work program under Cluster 6, but Horizon Europe is a bit broader still, and you have revolving around it missions and partnerships. So partnerships, it's mainly public and private that comes together in order to reach a specific aim that cannot be reached mainly by the private actors or mainly by the public actors. There's a need of synergies, and these synergies are targeted in these partnerships. So all the partnership regarding the food and agriculture systems will start in 23-24, so there's some time still. But so there will be a partnership on safe and sustainable food system to identify and deliver innovative solutions to provide co-benefits for the nutrition, the quality of food, climate security, and communities. Another partnership will be on accelerating farming system transition agroecology living labs and research infrastructures, so more on-the-ground research and actions. There will be a specific partnership for the animal health to deliver the key knowledge services and products to improve the control of animal infectious disease and animal welfare. Another partnership clearly linking the Green Deal strategy and the digital strategy is the agriculture of data to generate data sets at the level of the EU and information through the geospatial Earth observation for solutions for the agriculture sectors. So this partnership will start 23-24. We encourage you to participate as well and not to just have a look at Horizon Europe projects, calls within the work program, but also have a look within the partnerships as there will be a lot of opportunities. And then this year, or for this program, the Commission has developed a new concept of missions, which is that you have a mission on the thematic and you have a goal to achieve by 2030. So the projects will work toward that specific goal. And there is this mission that is interesting in the domain of food and agriculture. It's the soil health and food mission, which will support farmers to manage land, soil, water, and nutrient in a sustainable way in order to halt the deterioration of the soil. And to come back on the missions, there will be dedicated calls for the mission by 2022. So I'm now coming to the last part of this session. If you have questions, please ask them in the question tab, so I can answer them afterwards. But now that you have an idea of what is going on and what kind of opportunity you can find, what are the next steps for you? That's, I guess, and I hope the question you are asking yourself right now. So the topics, the course should be published by beginning of April, and the deadline would be September 2021. As these are collaborative calls, you have to work within a consortium of at least 3 partners from 3 European countries. So our advice is to start early. Now you have this information session, take the time to think and then contact us so that we can discuss the ideas you have and the potential opportunities. Once we have identified these opportunities, we advise you to mobilize a network. So start reaching out to these researchers in Austria that you have worked with 2 years ago, etc. And inform them that you are looking into participating in such a call if they are also thinking of doing so, if maybe there is synergies and you could work together. But also, if you contact us for discussing the opportunities, then we can also sit together and who could be potential partners in the call you have identified. Another tips for you is to participate in networking activities, and this is fresh out of press. So the 23rd and 24th June of this year, there will be a digital event. It's called European Research Innovation Days, where you have conferences, networking opportunities, workshops on research and innovation at European level, but mainly on Horizon Europe. And there you will have also opportunities and the possibility to network and find potential partners. So I encourage you to participate to this research innovation days as well. Another thing you could do is to become an expert for European Research and Innovation Program. So once you have submitted your project, it is reviewed by a committee of experts, and they are the one evaluating and monitoring the projects that you have submitted. And these experts, they come from national states, so you could become one, and this will also somehow help you because you will see the different calls that are projects and proposals that are submitted. You will see how they are organized, and it could help you in writing a better proposal also in the end. So this is a service, but you do it as experts. So it's a job basically that you do for the Commission. If you want more information, you can go on the funding and tender portal, where you have a specific tab with more information on it. That's it from me. Do you have any questions? Looking at the question tab right now. If you don't have questions, leaving a bit of time, the presentation and the recording will be available on our website, horizoneurope.lu. I'm sharing with you the link right now. And, well, I don't see any questions, so I think we can close it. Do not hesitate to contact me should you have questions. Oh, yes, so here you see, this is my address. I can write it down also in the chat. If you have questions, if you want to discuss collaboration, if you are not from Luxembourg, but you want to discuss what type of expertise we have in Luxembourg, also we can put you in contact with our Luxembourg stakeholders. We also have a newsletter where we share information where you can register on our website. There's a question from Hangvin. So if there is an overview of the title of the course available already before April? Yes. The Science Business website, which is specialized on science at a European level, has published the draft, so you can have access to them on their website. So it's Science Business, where you can find the draft. Otherwise, yes, you can contact me and we can discuss your project as well. No more question? No? Well, thank you for attending and staying with me this morning. I wish you all a nice day, and with this, I conclude this presentation. Take care and bye-bye.